Hey friends, it's Miss Liz, one of the librarians at South Huntington Public Library. If you look behind me, you will notice I am not in the library. I am coming to you guys live from my own kitchen. Much like you guys are stuck at home during this quarantine, I am doing the same. And if you're like me, you're looking for something new, fun, and different to learn. So I thought it would be really fun while we're stuck at home to maybe go back to the basics. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make 3 different grilled cheeses. We're going to make a traditional grilled cheese, a pepperoni pizza grilled cheese, and a sweet grilled cheese. So if you guys want to learn how to make those, stay tuned and see what we've got for you. Before we get started, I wanted to show you guys all the ingredients that are going to go into the 3 grilled cheeses that I'm going to make today. Just know that the really great thing about grilled cheese is it's subjective. So if you don't like any of these ingredients, feel free to swap out your favorite cheeses, your favorite vegetables, your favorite sweets, that kind of stuff. Make it your own, make it exactly what you want. And if you just wanted to get some ideas, these are the ones that I love to make. So for our classic grilled cheese, we are going to need some mayonnaise, 2 to 3 slices of cheese, depending on how cheesy you like it, and then your favorite kind of bread. So for my classic grilled cheese, I'm going to use potato bread. For our pepperoni grilled cheese, you guys are going to need 2 more slices of bread. For mine, I'm going to use whole wheat bread. Again, use whatever you got, doesn't matter. You need some pepperoni. We need some mozzarella cheese. You can either use shredded mozzarella cheese or the block cheese, whatever you have on hand. You're going to need some olive oil, some Italian powder if you have it. If you don't have Italian powder, garlic powder and onion powder work just as well. And then for our sweet grilled cheese, you're going to want a sweet bread. I have a bakery bread here. If you have white bread, that works. Wheat bread would also work. But again, whatever you got, feel free to use, try it. In my sweet grilled cheese, I'm going to put chocolate chips. You're going to need cream cheese, vanilla extract, some white sugar, some margarine or butter, whatever you have on hand. Make sure when you're doing this that your cream cheese and your margarine or butter are room temperature. You want them to be easy to spread. And then I'm also going to put a banana in mine. If you want your sweet grilled cheese to have a different fruit, feel free. If you want to throw marshmallows on there and make like a s'mores grilled cheese, that's totally cool. If you want to put Nutella and peanut butter on it, go for it. It's whatever you guys want the grilled cheese to be. Like I said, this is what I'm making today. In addition to all your ingredients, you're going to need a few supplies for the kitchen. You guys are going to want a mixing spatula. Again, if you have a spoon, you don't have a spatula, that works. You're going to want a little set of measuring spoons just for when we get to the vanilla extract. You're going to want a flipping spatula so that when you put your grilled cheese onto grill, you have something to flip it over. And you're going to want 3 knives, 1 for each of your sandwiches, because I don't think you want mayonnaise and cream cheese mixing. That would probably be super gross. And then lastly, you guys are going to want a towel, because I guarantee you stuff is going to fall, stuff is going to spill. So you want something to quickly wipe it up from your kitchen counter. And I also, if you guys want to look like a real chef, because when I cook, I like to feel like I'm fancy.
I'm so fancy.
I like to put my towel over my shoulder so it's right there so I can wipe my hands. So now that we've got all our supplies, we've done a little check, we've got our towel, it's time to cook. So the first thing we're going to do is make our original grilled cheese and then go through all of the steps. Alright, so the first grilled cheese we're going to make is our classic grilled cheese. So you guys are going to take your 2 slices of whatever bread you're using, lay them out like so, your 2 pieces of cheese, and you're going to grab your mayo. I know that this sounds really weird that I'm saying mayo, but a lot of the recipes and a lot of the professional people that make grilled cheese actually recommend using mayo as your base over butter. It gives you a nice crisp crust that gives you that grilled cheese feeling that you really want when you first bite into it, and it gives you that crunch. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your knives, take your mayo, and just brush it on the bread like this. Don't be stingy. Get a lot of mayo on there. You don't want to see any of the yellow because that means it won't grill to a golden perfection. And by the time you're finished, your slice should look like this. Get it all nice and coated on there. Then you're going to do exactly the same thing with your other piece of bread. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this, put it on our pan. So you're going to put the mayo side down on the hot surface. You're going to take your pieces of cheese. You're going to put them on the open face of the bread. And you're going to lay your second piece of bread with the mayo side now facing up on top of that. And that's it. Now we're just going to wait for it to grill a little bit. So while that is getting hot, we're going to let it melt. We'll check in on it. We're going to make our second grilled cheese. The second grilled cheese is going to be our pepperoni pizza grilled cheese. So this one, what we're going to start out by doing is taking our little cup of olive oil, and we're going to stick some Italian powder in it. Same thing goes with the garlic. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this olive oil and you're going to drizzle it on one piece of bread like we did with the mayonnaise. And once you have enough on there, you're going to spread it around, let it get soaked up by that bread. Once that's done, we're going to move over to our electric griddle. So before we put our pepperoni grilled cheese on here, I'm going to just check this guy to see what he looks like. See if he needs to be turned. Oop, he's getting hot. All right, he's got a nice golden crust to him. So I'm gonna flip him. And if you guys can see, that looks like a perfect crust. It's got some brown, it's still got some gold. So while this other side is cooking, we're gonna start putting down our pepperoni grilled cheese. So we're gonna take the one bread, you're gonna take the oil side, face it down. We are going to take our shredded mozzarella cheese, and if you're using slices, you're just going to plop the slices on there. And then you're going to take those pepperoni slices, you're going to put them down. Again, we're going to close it down. This guy's a little fat, so I'm going to take my spatula and kind of just smush it a little bit. And then we're going to let him sit for a few, and we're going to get started on our sweet grilled cheese. All right, so you're going to take your last two pieces of bread. This is my sweet bakery bread that we're going to use. Again, if you guys have white bread at home, wheat bread, whatever you got, the great thing about grilled cheese is it's customizable to use whatever you got. So we're going to lay these two pieces out. I'm using country crock. If you guys have butter at home, use butter. So I'm going to take some of this. We're going to lather it on. Chop up my banana. If you guys are not using banana, feel free to skip this step. Before we move this to our electric griddle, we're going to make our cheese base. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a bowl, put your cream cheese in here. That's about 2 tablespoons. You're going to put 2 teaspoons of sugar in with that cream cheese. This gives it that sweet taste to it. And then you're going to take a 1/4 teaspoon, which is the smallest teaspoon that you'll have in your set, and you're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract in there. We're going to scoop that onto the sandwich when we're ready. So we're going to set that aside. And we're going to go over to the griddle and check on our other two and put the third one on. All right, for our last grilled cheese, you're going to take it margarine side or butter side down, put it like that so that the butter is on the pan. We are going to take our cream cheese mixture that we made. Then if you're using a fruit, You're gonna take your fruit and put it down. So I'm gonna put my bananas on here. And then lastly, because I love chocolate, we're gonna throw some chocolate chips on here. We're gonna take our last piece of bread, make sure that the butter side is facing up, and put it on top. And we're gonna let these sit until they're ready to go. If you guys are making one of these at home, or if you're making maybe a whole flock of these for your family, you guys are gonna wanna keep your temperature on like the medium side. So if you're using an electric griddle like mine that has temperatures, I usually leave it on 300 degrees. If you're using a stovetop that has numbers, you're gonna wanna leave it between 4 and 6. And if you have just dials, you're gonna wanna pick the middle dial. It all depends on what kind of stovetop you have at home. Oh, perfect. So we're gonna take him off. So now the most important thing to do is we are going to turn off either our stovetop or our electric griddle. Now we're gonna move on to the last step, plating and organizing our grilled cheeses. And the last step before it is time to eat our grilled cheese is plating our grilled cheese. So I will show you guys 3 different ways to serve your grilled cheeses and teach you guys 3 different ways to cut your grilled cheeses. For the first one, we have our classic grilled cheese. I normally like to pair it with a pickle. I love pickles, they're my favorite. And I put a classic tomato soup with it. So you can either make your own if you know how, or if you're like me, this is a Progresso tomato soup. So the first cut I'm gonna show you guys is a diagonal cut. So what you do is you start from one side and you go diagonally across, like so. Then for our pepperoni pizza grilled cheese, I do not have any of this right now, so I cannot show it to you guys, but what I like to do, instead of dipping this in ketchup or honey mustard or anything like that, a good side sauce is actually red marinara sauce, because it is a pizza. If you guys do not have red sauce like I don't, it is perfect on its own, so don't you worry. I like to pair this one with a nice Italian side salad, so I have some lettuce, some carrots, some tomatoes, and some Italian dressing. So this one, we're gonna cut this one just vertical, right down the middle. What I really like doing, if I have tomato sauce to go with this, is I like to cut it one more down this side, and one more down the side. And that gives me some nice breadsticks I can stick in my sauce, almost like a mozzarella stick, but it is a grilled cheese stick. All right, and then lastly, we have our sweet grilled cheese, which is my personal favorite grilled cheese. All I did was pair it with the rest of the banana that didn't fit on the sandwich. This one you can actually cut into fourths, because this is a little bit sweet, so I like to share it with people, so that I go diagonal one way, and diagonal the other way. And then it's a perfect dessert that you can share with your family. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for Classic Cooking. I hope you learned some fun and new interesting ways to jazz up your grilled cheese while you're stuck home. If you guys attempt any of these recipes or your own version of it, I would love to see it. Please take a picture of it and leave it in our comments below and let us know what you guys mixed together. I hope you enjoyed the class. I'm gonna go eat one of these grilled cheeses, clean up this kitchen, and I will see you next time. Bye.